It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines.
Ready to go? Ready to go?
The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Trailblazers in Portland. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but, guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Pau Gasol is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the one spot. Now, here's Green. It's tipped. Beasley with the steal. It's Harden with the drive. Prigioni. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Here is Parker. He had 10 points in the win against the Utah. Jazz. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Ariza. And the rejection by Leonard. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Parker's running. 13 feet away. Aldridge dishes to Parker. Back to Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Rockets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Ariza with the bucket. Here's Parker. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Back to Aldridge to stop the run. Nice jump shot. Good.
It took them a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
Here's Prigioni. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Beasley. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
And that one, no good to start him off on the night. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Ariza has the open look. And another 3 for Houston.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
It's Parker with the drive. Right through the D for the layup. Parker's got his first bucket of the night.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Count that one.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Pass to Leonard. And he slams it one-handed.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
From deep, Harden. Rebound, San Antonio. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win. Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Aldridge with a screen on Nene. And that one's good. Parker.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Here's Prigioni following the score by Tony Parker. He kicks it off the glass.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Spurs trail by 4. The dish to Aldridge. Pass to Gasol. Goes up off the pick. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and Gordon subbed in for Pablo Prigioni. The Rockets with another miss. Spurs have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thank you, Doris.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
Now Leonard. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Shot clock at 5. Aldridge kicks to Leonard. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Leonard's got his second bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Parker with the steal. Down low. And Green slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
2 on the clock from the arc. That's good. Green's got 5 points. So far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Gordon. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low than I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Moniunas is checked in for Houston. Chandler comes in for Trevor Ariza. Another shot and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. Talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
And there's the pass to Moniunas. Here's Capella. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
And that one's good. Duncan.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Outside Gordon.
Antonio foul. Simmons. That's his first personal foul.
A minute 20 left to play in the first.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Here's Lee following the score by Houston. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Chandler, here we go.
You know, when I think of Wilson Chandler, what comes to mind is supreme athleticism. He can throw it down with the best of them, yet he's still working on the other areas of his game to be more well-rounded.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Kyle Singler's checked in. Second free throw, no good. San Antonio leading. Here's Simmons. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. You know, back to Wilson Chandler, he's somewhat of a wild card. One of the few guys to go overseas. Remember, Greg, during that NBA lockout in 2011, he signed to play for China and didn't negotiate an out clause when he signed.
And truth is, Chandler's one of those guys who can give you some solid minutes, but you hope at some point that he gets serious and commits to reaching his full potential.
Here's Mills. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Duncan, and the Spurs scoring again.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
It's Harden with the drive.
Oh! Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
That Kia slam cam replay really good. Give you a good look at the action. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Spurs lead by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his continued love of
the games are my solace. I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the chess match. I enjoy the physical play.
Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backcourt. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
Nene is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Kyle Single. Then there's Gordon. And it's Prigioni in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Passes to Leonard. Screen by Duncan. Leonard attacking to the left wing. Three-pointer. And that one's good. Simmons got 5.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And, guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Spurs leading by 4. Screen by Duncan. Mills passes to Duncan. Here's Aldridge. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding. As we know, Greg,
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
It's Parker with the drive. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Rockets trail by 8. Here's Prigioni. The feed to Capella. And he makes good on the layup. Capella's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Leonard. And fouled as to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there, Greg, to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Beasley with the screen on Parker. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Leonard with the steal.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Parker kicks to Gasol. He feeds it to Green. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shoots from the line. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
Timeout called, the Rockets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Beasley the screen. Here's Brigioni, covered by Parker. And Parker with the block.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on in age. Clark, we've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
Brigioni. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Hey, I like creativity and the circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
The Rockets shoot their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. Down low. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Ariza. And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? What's your read on that?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
Here's Brigioni. Beasley the screen. Brigioni dishes to Beasley. Feeds it to Ariza. Just 5 on the clock. Brigioni for 3. Rebound San Antonio. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Monty Eunice has checked in for Beasley. And James Harden subbed in for Pablo Prigioni.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in. And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. In the corner, Harden, the 3, and he gets the bucket. Harden's got 9 points.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And Capella sends it back, and they're able to recover. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second-chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Chandler comes in for Trevor Ariza, and it's Ziegler in for Gordon. Here's Capella, and it's blocked by Duncan. Stolen by Harden, and here comes Harden, leading the fast break. They get the rebound. Eunice's shot is good.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second-chance points.
Here's Parker. James Harden with the rebound.
And, boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
San Antonio leading by 14. Parker with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Lee, a screen on Harden. Parker passes to Lee. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Harden against Parker. It's Harden with the drive. The shot misses. San Antonio's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Chandler with the steal. Kicks it out to Harden. Drills the three-pointer. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Lee, a screen on Harden. Parker kicks to Lee. Eunice with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Harden.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Mark, last season we saw Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Kicks it to Duncan. Inside, here's Parker. Harden with the defensive effort.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Chandler, he gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Chandler's got 9.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Parker's shot is off.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Harden up top, covered by Parker. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from James Harden.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Screen by Lee. Green inside the three-point line. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 now on the night. It's Harden with the drive. Duncan with the block. And they'll keep possession. On Hughes, no luck. Green. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Spurs.
All right, thank you, Kevin. And Tony, you guys came into this tough building on the road and put...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's...
And now the third quarter about to get going.
We watched a great quarter by Harden. 16 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Gasol in at the 5. And now running it up the court, Green pushing it all the way. Such a wide open look. 10 points for Parker.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage. Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
It's Aldridge penetrating.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
San Antonio leading by 16. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Nene, the screen, dishes to Harden. Here's Ariza. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Ariza's got 12 points in the game.
I tell you what, the stroke of Ariza, a thing of beauty.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
No good from Gasol.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Prigioni dishes to Ariza. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. 14 points for him. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Mark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Ariza. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Capella. Another miss by Houston. Spurs leading by 16. And That one's good. Simmons got 7 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
There's the pick. Gordon, with no one around, buries the long-range jumper. Gordon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Prigioni, the pass to Capella. To the inside. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Wow, the floor. Just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Puts up the baby hook. Kicks it out to Gordon. Beasley with the screen on Leonard. And Beasley now atop the key. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. Montejunas is checked in for Houston. Chandler comes in for Trevor Ariza. And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. That's going to send Wilson Chandler to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Spurs.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stay.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Bertans in for Leonard. There's a screen by Montejunas. And here's Chandler from the arc. They get it back. Capella, that one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
The steal, and they're pushing it up. Here's Chandler, the coast-to-coast dunk.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Here's Prigioni, covered by Mills. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. So it's the Rockets now. That's a 2 from Gordon. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
He dishes it to Moniunas. And it's denied. Here's Simmons, defended by Gordon. And that one's good, Simmons. Simmons got 4 points in the quarter. Rockets trail by 16. Here's Prigioni. He kicks it to Moniunas. Eric Gordon on the wing. Pass to Moniunas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Gordon with another miss.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Prigioni kicks to Gordon. The dish to Capella. Pass to Chandler. Houston moving the ball around. Swiped it away. In transition, here come the Spurs.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Shots good by Mills. Mills has got 7.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
So for the Rockets, Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Capella, and it's James Harden in for Pablo Prigioni. Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. It's stolen by Green. Chandler against Parker. The pass to Green. Duncan kicks to Parker. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
The Spurs have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. And the Rockets making a change here. Nene's checked in. And continuing our talk of Tony Parker, the first year he laced up his sneakers, he increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues to this day.
Yeah, and the increase in floor spacing and tempo, a big reason the Admiral, Tim Duncan, and Parker won the championship together in 2003, and obviously Duncan and Parker have won a few more rings since then.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And here is Singler. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to Harden. Moniunas has the open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
6 to shoot. Parker, no good.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Nene dishes to Harden. Back to Nene. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Duncan's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's Parker with the 3. the clock hit 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Those are the ingredients you need for the recipe of buzzer-beating magic.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Now the Rockets with it. Kyle Singler is out there with Decker. Then it's Harden, then it's Thunder, and it's McDaniels at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
That's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
It's Harden with the drive. That's good. Harden's got 20 points.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Here is Forbes. Dedmon kicks to Lee. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Harden right side. And it's Singler in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. San Antonio's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. They set the pick. Here's Dedmon. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Pick by Lee. And Forbes kicks to Lee. And down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
Here's Onowaku. It's blocked. Passes it to Murray. Dedmon dishes to Lee.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
Harden outside. Decker with a screen for Harden. And there's the feed to Decker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 7th assist in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Lee goes in, and he gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Spurs have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
A nice shot by Onowaku. The Spurs have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. On the wing, Harden. Knocked away. And here's the break. Here's Forbes. The shot no good. And Houston the other way now. Harden kicks to Singler. No luck. Good D by Lee. San Antonio's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary, and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. Now, I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
And the Rockets making a change here. Prigione's checked in. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management. A way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
The Rockets again can't hit.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Out to the wing. Bertanis. Off target with his three. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
Now, here's Decker. Aldridge is covering. Decker kicks to Prigioni. Singler outside. Sinks the triple. Now, here's Mills. Over to the left wing. Here's Aldridge. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Singler. Good.
2 points for Kyle Singler.
So it's the Spurs now. Mills passes to Simmons. He feeds it to Dedmon. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Aldridge has got 20 points.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Feeds it to Mills. Aldridge a screen. Mills dishes to Aldridge. Shot off the pick. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Aldridge has got 8 points here in the... this quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
To the middle. Here's Onuaku, and the shot is good.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Moniunas is checked in for Houston. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Duncan, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Aldridge a screen. Kicks it to Simmons. The 17-footer. It's deflected. On the wing, Singler. Covered by Mills. Prigioni, the pass to Onuaku. No good off the front iron. San Antonio's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Duncan inside. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Pass to Onuaku on the wing, Singler. Looking to end its cold spell, and it's good on the way in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Mills with it. Aldridge a screen. Now Mills. And rebounded by McDaniels. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Onuaku, the pass to Prigioni. Inside runner. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Pass to Bertens. Here's Simmons. Aldridge a screen. And Simmons kicks to Aldridge. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Dishes it to Singler. And some nice passing there by Houston. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Kyle Singler, basically a three-point marksman. He really lost minutes after the trade to the Thunder last season, a second-round pick by Detroit a few years back. He's always averaged over 20 minutes a game, but with the Thunder, he was kind of banished to the end of the bench, and his play reflected that.
James Harden, he's checked in for Pablo Prigioni. D, he's checked in for the Spurs. B comes in for Patty Mills.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout. A dominating performance for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys will push their win column up to 55.
And in this era of unparalleled parity, it takes a lot to sweep an opponent in 4 straight games. But that's exactly how they finished off their season series tonight against the Rockets.
And what a huge standout performance it was for LaMarcus Aldridge. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And talking about Kyle Singler last season, Greg, good point you made. You would have thought the trade to the Thunder would have given him more minutes. You know, Clark, they were looking for floor stretching options with Kevin Durant out.
Yeah, but so late in the season, he needed to learn all the schemes, get integrated with all the other players. Those are just a few reasons why he was rarely given the chance to make an impact.
A different look now for San Antonio. Saul comes in for Duncan. And David Lee is subbed in for Bertens. Simmons dishes to Gasol. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one, and he dunks it down.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
No one near him. They get it again. Lee passes to Gasol. Can't drop it in from the right block. Here's McDaniels. Knocked loose. Here's Simmons. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it.
Well, LaMarcus, this is certainly a good win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the 3rd quarter. Kenny, what did you think?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille.